Hi, this is Paul from paulbradby.com, and this is another technical trading tutorial. This time it's a little bit different. I've done quite a bit on framing charts with support resistance zones and channels, but another observation and behavior of certain stocks can be the range bound period, and it try to sort of regain ranges when it's in an uptrend or a downtrend. Sometimes a stock will try and go sideways and then return to that trend. And I wanted to look at Vail on the weekly time frame and then go down the time frames and see where we are right now, and look at a good type of indicator and strategy that works well trading those trends, but also the range breaks and things like that. So this is the weekly time frame on Vail, and this is a really good strong bullish channel here. Now you see, on one instance it tried to break out in a range out to the right here, and then it regained and went back in and tested the upper bound of this channel. Then it came and tried to come out again in a range and then move back up again. Now, can we determine if they're good ranges? Absolutely yes. We can take those left and look at the bottom of this range here, also hit the bottom of the channel here where we had the gap down and the move up, and also this resistance, the bottom of that zone as well. The same for this other zone here right now. We again look at the tests at the bottom here, at the top. You know, this is a really good range. I can continue this left and you will see how strong this range is. So it's, you know, we could say it's quite fat for a support and resistance zones, but this stock tends to go rangy. Yes, we've had a bullish channel, and then recently we've broken out of that bullish channel, and we've come quite corrective, quite deep through these two previous sort of range zones, and we found support at this bottom range zone. Now, one of the things that we can do is we can trade those trends, and we've got you know, my roller coaster, the xBrat roller coaster, is great for doing that, but also the trend reversals as well. We need to be looking at that. So what I'm going to do is just go down to the daily time frame and look at the trend reversal that we had from there. So we had that really strong bullish channel, then we broke out of that channel here, and we come down and we see we're going a little bit rangy and starting to pull back up now. So one of the biggest time frames I like to trade this type. So when we're in a channel, it's very difficult with a gappy stock like this to trade on the daily time frame, and you know, you do get gappy stocks. So what I wanted to do is look at an intraday time frame, one of my favorites, and I've just made another video, and I'll put the link to that in here about trading the xBrat within Microsoft channel on the 195. So I'm just going to put that in there right now on the 195. So what that does, it just breaks the trading day up a little bit. So you've got, in essence, you've got 2 candles per trading day on the 195, and you can see a little bit more of action with stochastics and MACDs and things like that. And one of the indicators I've got is the xBrat roller coaster. So this is really good for spotting those trend reversals, but also then continuation during that trend, and then looking for that other trend reversal on the other side. So what we have with the roller coaster is we got a signal here. This is potential breakout of this bullish trend and a reversal, and we got the trigger at this green arrow here at 2204. It automatically prints the stop at the top here. It didn't quite take out the stop, and then starts to move back down again. You see this line here? That's printing where the trailing stop should be. Okay, so then we move down. We test this support zone. We gap down into this support zone. We're there for 3 days, but then it gaps back up again, and eventually takes out the trailing stop. So one good short trade. We test the upper bound of this now. What, we're in a bearish trend channel. It fails, starts to come back down again into that previous range bound period. We get another roller coaster short, at this time at 1797, and this one goes pretty quick really. It comes down through that previous range, tests the lower bound of the channel, comes back up, takes out this trailing stop that's printed every single candle for another winning trade. We then continue down. It doesn't recognize that there's another trading opportunity at this point. This is where we are right now. So what's happened is it had a signal for a potential trend reversal here, but it never got taken in. It's got to go through that green line. So this was the signal candle, but then it just went down. Okay, it come back down to test this previous range bound period. We moved back up again, and we printed another roller coaster signal. Then we're in this trade right now, and this is where we are today, live, 13.23. The entry was at 12.58. So it's not a bad start to this. We've breached this previous pivot here. Our next real resistance is $16. So we've got a great risk to reward with this first trade. Are we in a new trend? Have we reversed that short-term bearish trend? I don't know. All I know is this particular stock, on my favorite time frame on the 195, it's identified with trend trades, the roller coaster, but also the trend reversal at the top here, and now potentially the trend reversal at the bottom to go back up again. It's very, very important though that we identify those. So I'm just going to switch those off and just go back and reiterate, go back to that weekly time frame and understand that this is quite a rangy stock, it's quite a gappy stock, but we can identify a bullish trend, we can identify a bearish trend, and we can identify when it tries to come out of those trends, look back and say, yes, that is quite a big support and resistance zone. It's a big fat one, but it's almost like a range. The same with this range. It tried to move out of that channel before it went back in again. So again, very, very important. We take that down to the daily. We look at the current bearish trend channel, and we can see that's moved down. It's moved down lovely. We've got some real good touches along this center line. This is the trend that it's moving out. Now we're moving out of that trend sideways, and we're looking to push up, and we've got that on the 195. We've got that roller coaster signal, and we're in the trade because we've had two great short signals with the roller coaster, and I'm going to put the link to the xBrat roller coaster in the description of this video, so please go and check it out. It's a great tool for swing trading stocks. 195 4-hour daily, really good. You got to look for those stocks that are in the groove, and this roller coaster tries to identify those trend reversals, but also then when it tries to reverse and it doesn't, and it comes back down again. For example, on this second trade here, we're trading with the trend again. So we've got the trend reversal at the top, the with trend trade here. Now potentially we're breaking out on a trend reversal, and it's identified that, and we're in that trade. So hopefully that's been quite helpful. Don't forget to frame those charts. Look at those channels, look at those range bound periods, look for those support and resistance. Once you've framed your charts, get those indicators in there and start trading the trend, or those, in this case, the trend reversals.